What is going on, everybody? I am your host, Slackerz, bringing you our next matchup in the Ultimate Smash Bros. DLC tournament. So, if you're new and you're wondering what this is, basically it's a tournament for fun, that me and my community put together of 72 potential. Maybe not extremely likely, but there could be potential for them to be in Smash Ultimate through DLC. But, so it's a tournament. Each day on the channel, I upload one matchup, except for Sundays. And then we vote down in the comments for the character you'd rather see in the matchup for the day. So today's matchup is, I think, Jibanyan from the Yokai Watch series taking on CupHead. So you'd vote for one of those two down in the comments. You can vote for both. That has always been a rule, and it's not changing. So, yeah, if you want to vote for both, you can. But you only get one vote, so make it count. Otherwise, the rest of the rules, double elimination tournament. Character has to lose 2 times. If you lose once, you drop to the loser bracket, you lose from there, you're done. If there's ever a tie in the voting, I'll flip a coin on camera, fairest and best way to break the tie. And then each matchup, voting-wise, only stays open for 1 week. That way we keep advancing in the tournament, keep getting new matches, and so on and so forth. So with all that out of the way, we get to go over the results from last week. Last Saturday was, oh man, I knew this, Sans taking on Jill Valentine from the Resident Evil series. And this was one of the closer matchups in the entire tournament, voting-wise, that is. Wasn't the closest, but it was still pretty close. And, you know, there's quite a bit of people that like Sans. Some people like him for the memes, and a lot of people like Jill Valentine because she's an iconic female video game character that could represent like the horror genre. It'd be kind of interesting. We don't really have anybody that kind of does that. So yeah, let's take a look at who won. It ends up being Jill Valentine. She wins 37 votes to 30. So Sans put up a decent fight. Not quite good enough. So congrats to Jill. Moving on, and like I said earlier, double elimination tournament. So that means Sans drops to the loser bracket. If he has one more loss, then he's done. So with that out of the way, we get to go over the results. Not the results, but the matchup for the day. So who was it again? I will find it. There we go. Jibanyan. I hope I'm pronouncing this right. I've never seen Yokai Watch. I don't know anything about it, but I did a little bit of research about the character. So I hope that's how you pronounce it, Jibanyan. Taking on CupHead from, well, CupHead. So let's start off with CupHead, shall we? Now, obviously, recently he had CupHead, the game, came out on the Switch, and, you know, Microsoft kind of was pretty, you know, they had a big part in bringing CupHead over to the Switch, so it's kind of an indie-ish game. Microsoft does not own the character. They own, like, the publishing rights. Different there. They don't own the character. It's not a Microsoft character. It's, I forget the studio's name, but it's a different studio that owns them, not Microsoft. Some people still get that confused, so maybe hopefully that cleared it up a bit. But CupHead was a, you know, he was what year did the game come out? I want to say it was 2017. It came out for the Xbox. It was the only system that it came out. I believe it was also on PC as well, if I'm not mistaken. But it came out, and it was like one of those really challenging games where, you know, if you want, you know, a difficult sort of game, this is kind of the one for you, built around all sorts of different boss fights, and it had a pretty good following of fans. The game ended up selling over 1 million copies, and it did pretty well. A lot of people like the character, a lot of people love the game. And then, of course, you know, recently, like I was saying a bit earlier, ended up coming over to the Switch. You know, Microsoft and Nintendo are being pretty friendly lately, so a lot of people started to speculate maybe that, you know, has CupHead's chances, you know, rising up a bit. But again, it could be because it's when they decided, Microsoft decided to help bring CupHead game over to the Switch. You know, this was decided a long time ago, and as we know, Nintendo decided on the DLC a while ago, so maybe they kind of correlated the two. You know, they're like, Microsoft's helping us bring over CupHead. You know, maybe it'd be a good way to get like an indie sort of character into the game. It's a playable rep. I think people would like that. There might be other indie characters people might prefer a bit more and think they would deserve it, because CupHead still is a bit new, and quite a bit of people are still like, hey, he's a nice character, but, you know, wait your turn in line there, buddy. You know, you got some stiff competition. So, I mean, like Shovel Knight, Shantae, potentially Sans, but CupHead would be a nice character, but not, you know, he's gotta pay his dues first, so to speak. So moveset wise, how would he work? He's got his game is like this side-scrolling run and gun sort of action adventure-ish sort of game. But so he flies around in planes. You can use that for maybe recovery move. You can kind of control which way it goes. You could even use it as like I think he also turns into like a paper airplane, if I'm not mistaken. So you could use that for maybe like a side special, just darts forward. I guess you could use the plane for that, and then the paper airplane ends up being the recovery. Either way, you got a couple things there. Neutral special B attack would end up being where he shoots like bullets. They're finger bullets, so they're not real bullets. So you can get around that, even though does Joker have real bullets in his moveset? I don't remember. But so you can also charge it up, and they become like bigger, more powerful shots. So kind of think of Samus. Samus, you press neutral B, and you just get that the little shot, or if you just press, I don't think you actually have to hold it, but you press it, she charges it up, and then you get a bigger shot. So something like that for CupHead would be pretty interesting for a moveset as well. Of course, you know, punches and kicks, pretty simple. You could use headbutt. You know, he's got the little straw in his cup for his head, so you got some cool things. And plus, player 2 in the CupHead series is Mugman, and I think that'd be a great, you know, sort of alternate costume. I mean, they're very similar. They look very, I mean, colors are a bit different, but that'd be kind of a nice little touch if this character got in, you know, kind of paying respects to player 2 in this case. I would like to see that. I think CupHead would make a pretty cool character, but again, for me, he's not high on the list of characters I want to see, and he's definitely a little ways down the list of if an indie character gets in, I'd much rather see, you know, a few other ones get in before him. But either way, CupHead is on the Switch, so potentially that does help his chances. And I don't know. We'll see if this ends up happening ever. Who knows? CupHead would be pretty cool. It would be a really cool addition. So plus, you know, the whole thing about being an indie character for the first indie character being in Smash Ultimate or Smash Bros. As a playable character would be a pretty big accomplishment and a big achievement as well. So who knows? Maybe it does happen. But let's move on to CupHead's opponent here, Jibanyan. So, again, apologize if I'm pronouncing it wrong. Never seen the series, never played the games, never... I think it's an anime too. Never watched it. Never have watched it. What came first, the game or the anime? Some people might kind of... If it is an anime, isn't it? It's a show, right? But what came first, the game or the anime? And if it's the anime, well then no anime characters could be in Smash. This tournament is for fun. Alright, just cool your jets a bit. So this character, what does he do? What would he work? How would this... I guess I don't even know if it's a he. So this character, how would this character work in Smash? First of all, this character is like pretty much kind of the face of the Yokai Watch series. I believe there's, I don't know how many, but there's numerous games in the Yokai Watch series, the franchise. There's like, if I had to guess, I'd say there's like 5. Probably wrong about that. Don't know. Again, never played the games. But it's kind of the mascot of the series, and it's kind of a sneaky pick as well for DLC. It could be a character that, you know, style-wise fits in very well with Smash Bros. And it kind of would be sort of a popular pick, but at the same time, not a lot of people are thinking about it. Therefore, if it happens, big surprise. A lot of people would start talking about it, and, you know, just gets everyone thinking about different directions Smash Bros. Could take DLC. So it's a character. It's a sneaky pick. I can see this happening, honestly. I really could. It's not a character that I'd be fond of, or I don't know anything about, so therefore I don't like the character, but I don't hate the character. So anyway, let's go moveset wise. How would this character work moveset wise? Now, from what I was kind of reading, it's this cat-like creature, so I believe it has some sort of attack with claws, and it has some of its attacks have to do with like a fire attribute, so you could I don't know, incorporate potentially, again, might be reaching here, I might be making a fool of myself with this, but moveset wise, maybe, you know, it's got some fire effects, maybe like damage over time sort of. I don't know if it has any projectile fire attacks at all. If not, well then this whole statement right now is going to seem stupid, but, you know, projectile fire attacks, you know, then maybe you can somewhat like burn a character. You know, that's where the damage over time, they got like a little flame around them, and they take, you know, a bit of damage for a couple seconds or something like that. Would be pretty interesting. They have these things called in spirits, I believe. There's some sort of like, I think it's like an ability that they can learn, and they can help or they can hurt the character. I don't remember the name of it, but one of them's like, I think is it called Slowdown actually? And I thought that'd be really cool for like a down special move. So what I believe it does, Slowdown, if I remember, if that's the actual name, it would slow down the character. So in Yokai Watch, it slows down the opposing the enemies their speed stat. So I think it'd be kind of a cool for down special. You'd use it, and if you hit the other character, the other fighter that you're facing, if you hit them, they become slower, for, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds, whatever it might be. They can't run as fast, they can't walk as fast. I think that'd be pretty cool. Do we have anything that really does that? Like, that slows down a character? There might be. I can't think of one off the top of my head, but, I mean, and then for, like, a final smash, what is it? It's something with paws, or his paws, cat, whatever. It's like oh jeez, I looked all this up. I should have wrote it down. But there's good potential for Final Smash 2. Little cinematic sort of cutscene with it. Oh man. But anyway, the character I think is again, sneaky pick. I think this character actually could happen. Very popular franchise. I think Yokai Watch is definitely way more popular than the CupHead series, so I think it would draw in a bit more, eyes and ears and, attention to Smash Bros. For the DLC and that stuff, get a lot of people talking. And, like Nintendo said back around the Game Awards of December, they want to kind of go out for, think outside the box, get different sort of series, that might be making their first appearance in Smash Bros. Kind of just something you're not going to expect. And this, again, could be something people don't expect. So it could work. Then again, we don't know if it. We don't know anything about the Fighter Pass besides Joker at this point. Yeah, E3's a little over a month away. We'll probably get a reveal. I think we might get 2 reveals for the Fighter Pass. We'll get Character 2 and then like maybe a surprise. Oh hey, you can go download them right now, something like that. I don't know. But overall, this character I think probably makes a pretty decent amount of sense. Could work moveset wise, popularity, all that sort of stuff. But I'm voting CupHead in this one. Probably just due to the fact I don't know Yokai Watch that well. I know CupHead a bit better, so for me, I'm voting CupHead in this one. Pretty simple. I don't have an attachment to Jibanyan or the Yokai Watch series, so CupHead gets my vote. That is it for this one. The question left is, who you got? You gonna go Jibanyan, or are you gonna go with CupHead? Let me know down in the comments. Again, 1 vote per person. You can vote for both, but yeah, those are your options. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. I guess sneak peek for Monday, I suppose. So game 37. So Monday's matchup will be Captain Rainbow, a forgotten sort of character from Nintendo's past, taking on Ryu Hayabusa, the ninja from the Ninja Gaiden series. So there's that. And then we will also get the results for Hayachi against Sceptile. So a lot of people like Sceptile. We'll see how well Sceptile does in, well, at least the first round. So that is it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed. I look forward to the voting, as always, and hopefully we catch you on the next one. Peace out, everybody.